Hi everybody, it's Kathy here from Kathy Loves a Scrap, and I'm coming to you from the land down under, and it is Monday, the second Monday of the month, so that means it's a Mix It Up Monday, YouTube, Instagram and Pop, and we are also mixing it with the 30 Days of Sketches for Series 16 by Christie's Beautiful Life, and we're doing the double layout for day 14, and this is the one that we're doing by Carina Nilsson. So this is my layout, and I've used some gold foil and some splatters and some pops of colour. So I have got photos here from my recent trip to Alaska, and this was in Juneau, and I'm going to be cutting out my circles with my dies, and I'm contemplating whether I'm using the film strips or not, and in the end I only use one of them. As I said, I'm using gold foil on this layout, so I have got some gold sides and some gold leaf foil from Embellishment, an Australian company, and I've chosen Kaiser craft papers to work with, and I'm going to use mandalas as part of my circling on this page. Use this B-side from another Kaiser craft, and I've chosen these two Kaiser craft papers here because they look like the bronze that is the statue of the whale in Juneau, the whale being Taku, and so I've used that for my background, and I thought that that would marry nicely for these photos. So I'm going to prepare it first by taking off the branding strip or zip strip, and I'm keeping those because they're always handy for different things in the future on different layouts. So using first off, I use this gold size, which is a sticky glue, which I paint on with my brush, and I spread it out because we want it to dry fairly quickly, and we don't want it to be so even, so that's why I'm spreading it out jaggedly across there. And the reason we do that is we give it like a sticky touch to the surface, and that's what the gold foil adheres to. And I'm just going to put a little bit here in the middle, just as the sketch that Carina has developed, and I'm just following through with the gold foil. Now this is from Embellishment, like I said, an Australian company. I'll put the details down in the box below, and I'm using the gold foil flakes. Now I had always wanted to use gold foil flakes before, and I hadn't until I became a brand ambassador for Embellishment, and they sent it for me to trial, and I must admit that I actually do like adding it to projects, and it's quite easy once you get used to using the gold size, which is the glue, and flaking it on with a brush to give it that antique-y look to the gold foil. Now the other thing with the gold foil is that it is very flyaway and it is poisonous, so you need to be careful that you pick it all up and that you don't leave it lying around for animals to consume or it to get into your food or things like that. So I am layering it up sparingly, and I always have a workspace underneath that I can use to throw away, because it does get very sticky and it does get tiny little pieces as you move it around the page to stick. And I just build up those layers a little bit at a time, so I'm not putting so much gold foil around. If you have big pieces, you can always salvage it at the end and put it back into the gold leaf container like you just saw that I did. And all these little bits which are left over, I'm just cleaning them up and using that paper to get rid of them. So you can see that that is a mixed media added to the background already, and I have my photos which I have double mounted. Some of them I have also cut into the circle shape to include as part of the design as per the sketch, and I've cut out my circles with my dies to create the varying sizes of the circles across the page. Now I fussy cut those mandalas because I thought they were a perfect addition to the page and the colour choices. I'm using strips of 3/4 inch, and this one I'm leaving as whole, and you'll see that with the striped one I don't have a full amount of stripes, so I'm cutting down pieces to pull it together, and all I'm doing is adhering everything in place and matching my layout as best I can in the space that I have. And the mandalas, as you can see, being round in shape, fit nicely but add a little bit of a contrast with the photos. So just tucking them all into place and where I want them on the layout and manipulating the circles accordingly. Now I do like those film strip circles. They're also a bit grungy, and that also gives that grungy feel to this layout. Now I've cut out some fishtail banners, which I'm also adding to the top here at this anchor point with the gold foil underneath as per the sketch, and I'm just tucking in the little circles underneath to carry through on that process that Carina has in her sketch. Now you can see that my papers are straight here, and then when I show them to you at the end, they look like they're not straight, which is a little bit of an anomaly. So I think it's just a visual effect from the photo and the angle that I took it. So I'm sorry about that, but they are straight, as you can see. And I'm adding in that branding strip. Remember, I always say keep the branding strips. Well, the reason is they've got great little quotes on them, and this one is perfect. Life is better when you're laughing. And the reason I put that there is because in these photos, even though you can't see them very, very clearly, is there's a little person on the outside, on the other side of the whale, and that's me. And my girlfriend and I, when we were taking our photos here at the whale, we were pretending that we were swimming with the whale. So the photos show us doing the Australian crawl or freestyle with the whale. So that's why I said it's better than when you're laughing. And we actually went up to the whale from the ship, and we did it on a tuk-tuk, and the driver, he was a young guy, he was laughing with us. He had a great time with us. He said we was too much fun, and that he actually spent the day laughing at all the antics we got up to. But it was a great day, and that's why I've put that as my title. I'm just adding in some paint splatters now, and I'm using my watercolors that are of the metallic type, and I'm using a gold one to match in with those gold water spurts that I've added as my clusters around the photos instead of the stars. So Carina had stars on her layout, and I've just put the water sprays as my salute to the stars. And there's the paint splatters. As you can see, they're adding in and blending with that background nicely. They complement the gold foil that I've used on this layout for my mixed media, and the paint splatters, of course, are a standard mixed media that people use on layouts and are very easy to add and create that extra effect on the page. To finish off, I'm just going to add in some pops of colour in the seafoam colour. That's to match the colours in the papers and the photos. And another thing that I didn't point out is that the mandalas actually complement the shirt that I'm wearing that day. I have like mandalas on the shirt, and it just fits in nicely and keeps the patterns going. So they're hard to see in the photo. I know that they're there, but as I said, this was a funny day. We were being a bit silly and goofballs, and we were pretending that we were swimming with Taku, the big whale. As you can see here, when I show you, the gold foil on the edging there just adds that little bit extra special, like the bronzing on the statue, on the whale. You can see me in the background of those photos, and we were, like I said, being very, very silly. This here is the whale spurts. As you see, Taku looks like he's breaching out of the water, and that's what the water sprays. And as I said, there I am right there in the bottom of those photos. Very, very silly. Doing the freestyle with Taku, it looks like I am swimming across the ocean because I'm in the water at the edge there. And that's how my layout has come together. The mixed media complements the photos. It marries nicely with the bronze of the statue, and you can see how I've used the circles and the water spouts instead of the stars, but I have stayed pretty true to Carina's layout sketch, Don't forget to check out all the players in this Mix It Up Monday hop. Their names and stations and Instagram accounts will all be listed below. There's lots of some very talented mixed media artists playing along. Check them out. Leave us all some likes. It lets YouTube know you're liking what you're seeing from us. I hope that I've done something today to inspire you or giving you some ideas to add to a layout in the future. Please feel free to copy anything I do. I'm Kathy from Kathy Loves to Scrap. I hope you like something. Give me a thumbs up so that my channel can continue to grow. Please consider subscribing if you haven't already done so, and leave me a comment. I really do appreciate the feedback, and I always try to get back to you as soon as possible. Find me on all my social media under Kathy Loves to Scrap, including Instagram, where you can find all my layouts, even those without a video. Happy scrapping once again. Catch you next time.